Hi everybody, welcome to Rob's Innovation Station, and today we have a guitar hack on easy fingerstyle for the song Here Comes the Sun. It's a song by the Beatles. It's a very happy, ethereal song, uplifting. It's a bit of vitamin D for the soul, if you will. I love playing this song, and the thing that's really cool about it is if you're someone that plays D, G, A, just those three chords, E minor, it's built around that chord construction, very simple. So let's go ahead and do it, and then I'll break it down and show you how to play it. Let's jump right in and learn how to play this. I've been playing it in the key of E, but it was written originally by the Beatles in the key of A if you want to play it way down the neck like so. So it's up to you. And for our purposes, we're going to also use this trusty little item here. This is a cutaway. It's a capo by Kaiser where the bass E string is left open. Therefore, when you put it on the second fret, it gives you a beautiful bass that just blends nice. And you'll notice in the recording you heard a lot of that kind of sound to it. You can get that if you use that capo. And a little pro tip, if you will, you can use a second capo to move it up and down, so you've got to keep it exactly 2 frets away to be able to get that bass note to work. So if you're playing, you can still use it way up the neck here, the cutaway, if you use a second capo, and you can play it in the key of A. Also, the Beatles played it in 120 beats per minute. I like to play it faster than that, and I've noticed a lot of other players, Tommy Emmanuel and others, like a quicker rhythmic beat. I play it at 130 BPMs, and choose what you want. I tend to be more of a rhythm guitarist than a lead guitarist, so I like the rhythm of the song. I tend to pull that out more than even the melody, and just get enough of the melody to keep it going and understood. And that's why also this is a easy fingerstyle guitar tutorial. I'm teaching you kind of the lowest common denominator of how to get the point across and still enjoy the melody of the song. So let's jump into how to actually play it. So I'm going to zoom in here. Most of you out there love learning visually, and you learn through tabs. Some of you learn through music theory. I love learning music theory, and I love when people go into detail on it, but not everybody likes that. I encourage you to become a bit of a music theory junkie to progress. It helps immensely. But for our purposes here, let's just talk about what strings and fingers we're using, okay? So it's based around D, G, A, and then we also have an E7 major that you'll see in a minute. Those are the main chords you're using in this song. Very simplistic. And what we're going to do at the beginning of this is use these 3 fingers like you were doing a picking style, where you just practice that using designating these 3 fingers to these bottom 3 strings, because you're going to use that on the opening here, because the song simply starts. My version, what I do is I just start it like that. I come down with my hand, that's the opener, and then I'm going to play it slow. So all we're doing here is you strike down, playing a D, alright, and then you hit the E string, and that's just a regular D shape that I'm holding there, nothing's changed. Okay, and then what you do after that, you hit the E string, 2nd fret, regular D shape on your fretting hand. And then the next is with your middle finger, 2nd string, 3rd fret, still a D shape. You're hitting that note. So, see what I'm doing there? 1, 2, ring finger, middle finger. Nothing's changed on the D here. And then all you do for that 3rd sound, 3rd note there, is you're lifting your middle finger on your fretting hand, and what that gives you is the open E. Okay, so that's the beginning. Striking down, and you lift your middle finger and put it down again in the G shape. Very simple. And then from there, after we go from that, practice that a few times. Again, I'll do it in kind of slow motion so you can see how it goes. Okay, see that? There's the beginning. And then the next thing we move to is you hit the E string, 2nd fret again, still holding a D. And then remove your middle finger, open E string. And then you're hitting the B string, 2nd string, open, or 3rd fret. So you're holding a D with your middle finger off. And then this is the point where you transition to a G. And I like to have that full G with 2 fingers on bottom, but you can do the regular. Okay, so you just switch to G. And then from there, okay, let's see that again. D. Okay, and then I usually just hit the 3 open strings there on a G chord, and then you can also go. You can put that in a slap, and I'm still holding just a G the whole time. Okay, so let me take you now from that introduction Okay, so what we do there is we go from the D to a G, and you put in a little bit of a bass roll between your 2 top fingers, the 2 top strings. You just see that? All you're doing is rolling on the E and the A string, hammer on and off, and then you go to an A7, transition from a G chord to an A7, and these are called perfect tens. All that means is it's the root of a chord with the 3rd of a chord, but a higher octave. They're called perfect tens. They sound beautiful, so it's just part of a chord, okay? And all you need to know on this is you're playing an A7. See that A7 shape with this A, picking that with your thumb, and with your ring finger here, you're pinching together. See that? You pinch, thumb and ring finger, A, and the B string, 2nd fret. So what you're doing is you're going A, this is the open A, to a B on this 2nd string, moving down 1 fret with your ring finger, and moving 2 down to where you're on the 4th and 5th fret, and this shape stays the same once you do the first A7. put a little extra doodle doo doo doo. You put that in by just kind of flipping your fingers as you go. An easier way is you can just go. That's the way I used to do it till I watched Tommy Emmanuel. So that's an easy way, just A7, A7, you go back and forth. That gets the point across, but I kind of like the perfect tenths in there, okay? So there we have, you're simply going from a D chord to a G to an A7, embellishing it with those perfect tenths that you go up and down that I just showed you. And now you're going to go back down to the D. Once again, I hit a D. Oh, that's just a regular D I'm playing here. And you're doing the exact same thing you did on the introduction. And you just play that again. And then you just go back to a G and you stop there on the G. And what I do on the A at that point is just an A7 sus. You go down onto the 3rd fret with your ring finger and back up. Okay, so now once we're back here, we're getting ready to transition to a bit of the kind of the bridge sound where we go to the A7 major. And that's where you go from the D to a G. You just strike a G, and then you take your middle finger. And all you do is, once you transition from the D to the G, you just lift your middle finger, 1st string, and you can use these 2 fingers here down on your right hand. And then this is a little trick, you got to get used to it. You set up the shape now for an E7 major, which is this shape here. 2nd fret, 2nd string, 1st fret, 3rd string, and then you can use either of these fingers. I like to use my ring finger there on the 2nd string, your B string, 3rd fret. You hear that? You go on, off, and then to the E7 major. And just let that ring. I like to push down on it, strum down, and then come up with a couple of strings for just to fill in the rhythm. And then down back to D. Same. You're just going on and off here with a D like you learned at the beginning of the song. And then this is where people think it's hard, but it's really not. All you're doing is you're on a D, and you bring this finger here, your pinky, you bring down now on the 3rd string, 4th fret, okay? So you bring it down 3rd string, 4th fret, and lift your middle finger. So you've got this shape here. See what you've got there? You've got that shape. It's a D. Essentially all it is a D with your middle finger suspended, and then your pinky now on the 3rd fret, and it's really covering up part of this. So what you do is these same 3 fingers you've designated to these bottom strings. What you're going to do here is make sure your middle finger's lifted and you start at the top. See that? 1, 2, 3. You're working your way down from the G, B, A string using these 3 fingers, and then you lift your pinky, and then you lift your index finger, and then you put it back down again. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so once you've done that, then all you do is on the 2nd string with these 2 fingers, your ring finger and your middle finger, you just follow it up from the 3rd fret. See that? 1, 2, 3. So 1 on the 3rd, 2nd. And there it is in fast motion. So you're going on the B string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, 2nd fret, G string. Give it a little flavor. And at this point, after you've done that little bridge sound, you're going to bring it to the iconic ending where you'll bring your pinky across, 4th fret, A string. Idea, see, you bring it across, A. So A is down, then open D, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then working your way back down. So you're going up and down, and then back up to a G. Okay, you're doing that bass roll again that you did before. And that's how it ends. So let's go over that again. That's the ending, that iconic crescendo where you reach across. And hear that? That's why I like to play with a cutaway capo. You get that beautiful bass that you can put in there. And then my turnaround is this way when I go. To just start back in it that way, and all I'm doing is simply going to an F sharp, G, A, using the G shaped chord, but you can do any kind of turnaround you want. So there you have it. Once you play the turnaround, you play it through again, same exact thing. And as always, in any song you're learning, make it musical. Don't let it become wooden or mechanical, and the best way to do that is to sing through it as well, get the rhythm down. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright. Just make sure it's singable, because if it's singable, when you play it, even if you don't like your singing voice, when you play it for others, they'll be able to sing and they'll notice this is a song, just not some wooden expression or mechanics on a guitar. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll be putting others out. I'm working on Blackbird, which is a really cool song. It uses a lot of perfect tenths, and it's another fun Beatles song, so stand by for that. Check into my channel. Be sure and subscribe there at Rob's Innovation Station. I have a lot of guitar hacks as well as a lot of other innovative ideas. Thanks for joining me, and have an awesome day.